Today, the goal of the for-profit company is evolving to deliver value to all stakeholders while contributing to a healthy environment and to social justice and inclusion. But just what do financial managers do to help their companies achieve this goal? I'm Frank Werner, Associate Professor of Finance at Fordham University in New York City. In this video, we will identify 5 key activities of financial management, each of which contributes to achieving the company's goal. Finance has an important role to play in helping any organization achieve its goal. A company that is not financially sound will not survive for very long. Here are 5 of the jobs of financial management that are among the most important: to preserve solvency, to provide liquidity, to maintain financial resilience, to establish constructive relationships with finance professionals, and to analyze the financial implications of potential business decisions and activities. By the way, I know you've already learned in the first part of this course on personal finance that these same 5 tasks are important to us as individuals as we manage our own finances. Let's take a look at each one in turn. First, solvency. Solvency is a company's ability to meet its long-term debt obligations. A solvent company has assets greater than its liabilities. Its equity value is positive. On the other hand, a company with assets less than its liabilities will have a negative value for its equity, a condition we normally call insolvent, and that can lead to bankruptcy and the end of the company. A good financial manager thinks long-term and doesn't let the company take on more debt than it will have the ability to repay. Think about this concept as it relates to you personally. Never take on so much debt that you won't be able to pay back the loans, including the interest. Next, liquidity. Liquidity is the ability to have quick access to cash as needed. This is the short-term companion to solvency. Can the company pay its bills on time and in full amount? The concern is that while a company may have plenty of assets, not all of a company's assets may be liquid. Financial assets, bank accounts, and assets with an active market, such as high-quality accounts receivable and investments, are very liquid. They are either already cash or could be easily and quickly sold for cash. Other assets are not so liquid. For example, property, plant, and equipment. These assets could be sold, but probably not right away. Or if they could be sold right away, it might only be to a buyer who isn't willing to pay their full value. A good financial manager knows the nature of all the company's assets and how to keep the company liquid. As it relates to you personally, keep a sufficient amount of liquid assets to cover your monthly bills. Never find yourself in the position that you have to sell off an asset at a significant discount to its true value just to cover your immediate obligations. Third is financial resilience. This is the ability to survive difficult economic conditions and other events that adversely impact the company. What would happen if sales revenues fell quickly and significantly due to a recession, or due to a pandemic, or if a flaw were discovered in the company's products? How could the company respond? Would it be possible to cut expenses, and by how much? Would it be possible to renegotiate or postpone paying some financial obligations? Would there be enough liquid resources on hand to cover the shortfall? A good financial manager plans for a wide range of economic conditions and has a strategy for responding to each of them. As it relates to you personally, think through the potential financial difficulties you might face in the future. For example, the loss of your job or a medical emergency, and plan in advance how you could respond in a way that would see you through them. Fourth, establish constructive relationships with finance professionals. All companies need to use the services of finance professionals for helping with day-to-day transactions, borrowing money, assistance in selling securities, arranging insurance, or simply getting good advice. A good financial manager cultivates relationships with finance professionals so their company always has access to these products and services. As it relates to you personally, get to know your local banker, stockbroker, accountant, an insurance agent, so you can turn to them when you need them without having to start trying to identify whom you can trust when a problem or opportunity arises. Task number 5, analyze the financial implications of potential business decisions and activities. Just about every business decision involves money flows. For example, the purchase of a new truck to make deliveries. Will the new truck generate additional revenues or lower costs? Will those improved cash flows justify the initial cost of the truck and ongoing operating and maintenance costs? Later in our study of financial management, we will learn about a very useful way to analyze cash flows to decide whether such a potential investment increases or decreases a company's financial value. You will find yourself making similar decisions throughout your life with your personal finances. Is it smarter to buy the bargain item or the more expensive item that will likely have a longer useful life? Is it worth refinancing a loan by paying a fee today in return for a lower interest rate? Does the purchase of a new car make financial sense? Of course, a new car might provide emotional value that adds to its financial value and justifies its purchase. But to reach a decision, you will find it very useful to first understand the financial value implications. Success in these 5 tasks requires financial planning. It is not enough to be reactive, to wait for a problem to occur and only then respond to it. Rather, financial managers spend a lot of their time analyzing possible future scenarios, considering the impact on their company of economic events, social trends, competitive actions, product innovation, and so on. By being proactive, they can head off many problems before they develop and have plans ready to go if events negatively impact their companies. 5 day-to-day finance responsibilities: solvency, liquidity, resilience, relationships, and analysis. All important, all necessary. We will see these 5 activities in practice as we continue to study financial management.